Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekers YouTube channel. Today we're here at Port Palm Beach, and today we're going to be riding a Margaritaville at Sea cruise ship. And if you want to find out if it's worth your time and your money to ride this cruise ship, then you're in the right place. Make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. All right, y'all, like Lewis said, we're here. We're hopping on the cheapest cruise we could find for our 6th wedding anniversary. So for hanging out with us, we've been married 6 years today. So by the time y'all are seeing this, it'll be after that, but that's fine. So we decided to take a cheap cruise for our anniversary because in a few weeks we're hopping on an Alaskan cruise, and that's going to be a little bit more expensive. So we are going to let you guys know our thoughts about this. So this series is going to be pretty exciting and then a little interesting. So let's go.
It'll be an adventure.
It'll be something. I mean, you definitely can see that the ship is a little bit older, right? It's, you know, it looks in decent shape. Just looks a little bit like it's, you know, seen some things in our life, you know? Yeah,
a few different owners. It used to be a Costa cruise ship.
Ah. So one thing about this cruise line is that I guess there's no like park yourself. Everything is valet parking, so let you guys know what that is. We have done some research and we have heard that once you get into like check-in and you're going through like the cruise port, there's a bit of an upsell. So we'll try to keep track of how many upsells we're getting, and then we'll try to keep track of of what all those upsells cost. So the only thing we purchased extra was an excursion for tomorrow that we booked separately, and then we did pay for internet because internet's. Alright guys, so we just got through security here. We put everything over this way. You see where the sign says luggage. We're just going to drop off our luggage here. And then we're going to pivot this way and go right up those steps. More to come. Alright, you ready for our cheapest cruise ever?
Yeah, and really, honestly, so far so good. Everything's been pretty smooth. The valet handoff was easy. I prefer a self-park, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the luggage handoff was probably easier than it is on a normal cruise. We just walked right in there, handed them the luggage.
A normal cruise?
Normal cruise? A normal cruise. This is not a normal cruise. This is a 5 o'clock somewhere cruise.
Yeah.
But yeah, just handed them the bags. He took them. They even had just a little tip jar there. Threw a couple bills in there. Yeah. He said we'll see him between 2 and 2:30. So sweet. Good shape. So let's head on up and get checked in. All right, guys. So we just got checked in here at the port. It was super easy. Walk over and show your passport. You don't need a boarding pass or anything like that. You can also do it with driver's license and a birth certificate if you're going that route. But definitely recommend you get a passport. It's only going to be more and more required in the future, so get your passport. It's well worth it. But right now, because we showed up a little bit early, we got here about 11:30. They start, so the doors open here at 10. We showed up at 11:30, and the doors to the cruise ship still don't open until noon. And then basically you have between noon and 4 p.m. to get on the ship. So right now we're just kind of waiting around, and it's getting a little crowded in here. Definitely a lot of folks kind of just sitting around waiting. There's only so many seats, and it's gonna be shoulder to shoulder here for a minute, but I'm hoping that they open the doors here fairly soon and we can just kind of start spreading out on the ship. It'll be a little bit easier. But in the meantime, we're kind of waiting. We do have a beautiful view of the intercoastal here to check out and watch some of the boats go by while we're waiting. All right, guys, so a little bit of history about Margaritaville cruises. So this ship that we're about to board is called the Paradise at Sea. It was originally built for Costa cruise ships back in 1991, so it is rather old and dated. It was acquired by the company Paradise at Sea in 2014. They started sailing 2-day itineraries with 2-night, 3-day itineraries out of Palm Beach, where we are now, to Grand Bahama Island. Basically the same itinerary that we're doing today. It's the only itinerary that they offer. And then in 2019, they rebranded the company from Paradise at Sea to Margaritaville at Sea, and the ship stayed the same name. If you're going to cruise with Margaritaville at Sea, this is the only ship that you can cruise on, and it's the only itinerary that they offer. 2-night, 3-day cruises from Palm Beach to Grand Bahama and back. Although another option that you have is you don't have to go out and return on the same time. You can actually use this more as a ferry and take it over to Grand Bahama and then stay a couple days on Grand Bahama and come back as well. Just remember that the luggage capacities are 2 50-pound luggages per person. Anything more than that, they're going to charge you an overage fee. And here at the check-in process, there definitely is the upsell. They try to sell us the drink packages. Even we told them we don't drink, they still try to sell us the soda packages. They're taking your photos. So there's a few things here, but really it wasn't that high pressure. So
Let's move past it if you're into it.
Yeah, I've heard it was worse than what it really was. It really wasn't that bad. Just say no thank you and keep moving.
Yeah.
And then they're also doing the excursions here too. You can also book excursions through Margaritaville. We booked our excursions separately through Viator. Yeah. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to see us go do an excursion here in Grand Bahama, we booked the cheapest excursion you possibly could. Maybe not the cheapest, the best value.
The most affordable option on Viator.
Definitely cheaper than anything they offer here on the ship.
Yeah, for sure.
So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to find out more about that.
All right, so our muster station has been called, and our boarding group, rather.
Finally ready to board, about 50 minutes late.
Yeah.
So really definitely don't get here before noon, before before 1 o'clock. There's almost no point.
All right, guys, just like that, we are scanned in. We got our little cards, and yeah, we're gonna get on the boat. You ready, babe?
I'm ready.
Cool. Let's go. All right, guys. So we're here. We're in the atrium. Hans is the big old flip-flop, so that's super exciting. Hopefully, Lewis isn't talking right now because I have no idea where he is. And I think I lost my husband. I don't know where he is. There he is. All right, guys. Hopefully he's not talking and ruining this clip. But we're in the atrium. Big old blue flip-flops right behind us. And there's Lewis. I think it's Lewis. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do, but I think we're going to walk around and maybe do a tour of the ship. Give you guys a tour.
Fins up.
Fins up. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a fins up Sailway party because Jimmy Buffett's got a song like fins to the left, fins to the right. I don't know. I'm not a big Jimmy Buffett fan.
They'll come for us, y'all. They'll come for us.
Yeah.
But, all right, so, yeah, now that we're on the ship, we're going to take a tour. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we're in the elevator. And there's like 2 signs of where all things are. I like this, so you kind of know where things are. Because
yeah, the love and luck deck. I have no clue, though. You gonna get lucky in love? To enter the Hemispheres Club.
Oh. I don't know. What you know about that, honey?
I don't know nothing about nothing. All right, so here we are, top deck. We're ready for Sailway. Having a party up here at Margaritaville.
I don't think I've ever seen so few people on a cruise, ever.
It's a small ship, yeah.
I know, but even for being a small ship, it's still, there's not that many people. That's okay though.
The energy's just not there compared to a normal ship, for sure. There's like one guy trying to hype everybody up, and then like a couple kids, and like one drunk guy, and that's like the extent of the dance floor.
Yeah, and we were supposed to be sailing away a half hour ago, so we don't know why we're not, but we're 30 minutes past being out of the port.
Well, we're a little late, but it's no big deal. It's only a 6-hour cruise over to the Bahamas anyways. We got all night. We got like 14 hours from now to go 6 hours. They save on fuel because they go so slow.
Oh, why it's so cheap?
It's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't see nothing.
What are you talking about? You can't see this beautiful view right here at Peanut Island?
No. I mean, if I sit on my tippy toes all the way, I kind of can see it, but no, flat-footed. So it's good to know if you're 5'4", you cannot fall overboard unless someone pitches you overboard.
I got no problems here. It's a gorgeous view back there. You just need to use the camera as a periscope.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. No, yeah, wow, look at that view. We're moving.
Yay!
Yay!
Full steam ahead.
So the last time we were on a cruise ship, we were leaving. Time before we were on a cruise ship, not the last time. When we were on the ABC cruise, we saw dolphins. Dolphins took us out at Port Canaveral. That was pretty cool. Maybe we'll do dolphins this time. So we were supposed to leave at what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
It is now what?
Oh, almost 6.
So I wonder if we're going to back all the way out of it because we're nose in. I don't see a place for us to turn around technically, but we'll see how this goes.
I think they'll turn around right here.
Oh, okay. All right, let's watch that. All right, guys, we are sailing away, but right there is Peanut Island that apparently has a bunker where JFK was supposed to live if there was ever like nuclear war. So,
It just doesn't look very presidential.
Well, no, but I think the bunker is underneath it, honey. Like it's underneath.
Oh, like over there in the mountain
like the
part, yeah.
There, yeah. And just like that, we're out of port. Bye, Florida. See you on Tuesday.
All right, guys, so we're just going to go over our final thoughts after we cruised here on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. So, number 1 was the food. What did you think of the food?
Meh.
I thought it was pretty decent. It's not the best food I've ever had, for sure. But for the price that you pay, you know, half of it was hit or miss. Nothing was really terrible, but only a handful of things were really great. And you know, it's pretty decent. You can definitely find something. Well, the mac and cheese the last night was.
Yeah, it was okay. Okay, that's fair. The brownie was good too for dinner. Anyway, I thought dinner was just okay. Like, it wasn't anything I was like, oh yeah, I would definitely have to come back and have that again, right? So, again, I think it's a manage your expectations sort of thing here. Like, I don't think it's something that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to go back on the Margaritaville and have, you know, that burger or something, or, you know, I just don't think that's that, but it's sustenance. It'll get you through.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to go hungry. And honestly, the burgers were decent. Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly they are what you make of them, because there's all the toppings you want to put on there.
Yeah.
Next up was the entertainment. We actually slept through the second night's entertainment. So that was the comedian and magician, which is usually one of my favorite parts of the cruise. So unfortunately we missed that part. Christine slept through the first night of entertainment, which I did go watch that. That was, you know, like a kind of a sing and dance, kind of America's Got Talent sort of style. You know, it was okay.
Did you record that at all?
Yeah, I got some snip shots.
Yeah, so we'll put some of that footage in here, but clearly, as you guys can tell, it's just, you know, it's a production, and again, you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah, it's something to do in the evenings. The length of the cruise, so for
I feel like we just got here.
Yeah, it's definitely over way too soon. But for the value that you're paying, the cost, yeah, it's really not too bad. And if you're just looking for a quick weekend getaway, it's pretty decent. I'm definitely happy with it. You know, I think we could have easily spent even longer on the ship and done even more. I would have been good with it too.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the size of the ship?
I think it was good for how long it was, right? If it was any longer, I might have gotten bored, but I still feel like I don't know where everything is on the ship. So it still kind of keeps it exciting.
Right. I know that this is one of the smallest ships sailing, right, from a major Caribbean cruise like this. For the length of the cruise, I'd say the size of the ship was not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Makes it easy to get around, that's for sure. There were bits of the ship that we filmed during our cruise ship tour that we actually never went back and re-experienced during the cruise. So there are plenty of other parts of the ship too, and it doesn't really feel too small.
Yeah.
Over the course of a 2-day cruise. So
no, we are here in September, right, of 2023. So it's the end of September. So I wonder if you would feel differently about that if it was like, you know, June, July, or August, when, you know, it's summertime, maybe people aren't back to school yet, I wonder if it's going to feel a little bit more cramped during different parts of the year because of just
possibly
who's getting on it.
So the age of the ship was originally built in 1991. However, I can tell you that me personally, I don't really feel that it looks the age on the inside. I think a lot of it's all been revitalized since it was rebranded Margaritaville. And I think a lot of it seems pretty up to date. I do feel that it doesn't really look its age from the inside. Everything's been revitalized since they rebranded it Margaritaville back in 2019. And all the touches and everything, to me, I think it all looks fairly decent. Now, don't look too close at some of the finishing touches, but for the most part, I thought it was in pretty decent shape. And, you know, I did not feel as though it felt very old.
Maybe not old, but maybe more along the lines of like, there's not a lot of upkeep, right? So for example, we were by the pool deck and the teak floor is all busted up, right? And, you know, you can tell they haven't painted some of these places in a while, and I think there's just a general lack of like maintenance that I just don't think that they can get to. I guess just how often this ship turns around, right? But again, I don't think it's unsafe. Expectations, and you get what you pay for.
Along those same lines too, you can tell that this ship has gone through several different lives.
Yeah, different rebrands.
There are still parts of the ship from its old, Italian Costa roots,
heritage,
right?
Yeah.
In the theater, the mosaic is all done in an Italian theme. There's still the big Costa C on the smokestacks.
Yeah.
The
elevators.
Will tell you the floor in Italian and English. And as far as excursion options go, there were a few different excursions that were available, but not a ton because Freeport is not the most
touristy part.
Yeah, the most touristy part of the Bahamas. It's kind of more of an industrial island there on the Grand Bahama Island. You'll definitely find something to do. And if you want to know how to save potentially hundreds of dollars on your shore excursion, make sure that you watch our next video where we cover our shore excursion where we go swimming with pigs here on Grand Bahama.
Yeah. That was cool. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
And as far as the theming of the ship being Margaritaville and Jimmy Buffett, there is definitely a lot of Jimmy Buffett on this ship. You will be singing 5 o'clock somewhere in your head the entire length of your stay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You can't get away from that.
So if you are not a Jimmy Buffett fan before you cruise this ship, you will not be a Jimmy Buffett fan when you leave this ship. It's a lot of Jimmy Buffett. Final topic is overall value and would we cruise again? Overall, we spent about $400 to get on this cruise ship, and I think it's a pretty decent value for that. For 2 days away for 2 people, that includes accommodations and food, and you get to go to a decent destination where you can go and do something fun. I think it makes a great little weekend getaway at an affordable cost. And honestly, I didn't think that coming onto this that I would want to sail again. I think that it's not out of the possibility. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Maybe if I find myself with another weekend, nothing to do, and an extra $400, I'd say why not? Let's go again.
Yeah, I think it's just a manage your expectations sort of thing, right? You're not going to have the same options as you would on a Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, or we've never cruised Carnival, but similarly, right? I'm not going to say never, but it probably would not be on the top of my list of things to do again. But what I do like about this cruise line is that you can get to Grand Bahama Island, and then you can stay there, and then you can come back on a later cruise, right? So it's not as if you have to do 2 days. So maybe that's something we would do in a future video. Cruise there, stay in the Bahamas for a couple days, and then cruise back.
Yeah, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, that is an option. So.
All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for today. Remember to hit that subscribe button because that would really help us out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we're out of here, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
The tops of her head are cut off, right? And if you're just looking for a quick weekend getaway,
Sorry.
you're shaking.
The brownie was good for dinner, though.
You can't even move your head.
Move your butt.
Excursion here in Grand Bahama and
Grand Bahama?
in Grand Bahama. So
All right, guys. Ooh, bright light.
it was originally a class Acosta for Palm Beach. The cruise, the size of the ship was not a problem at all.
Sorry. So I'm up early this morning.
Oh, I was trying to get you going. Wake up.
I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to have caffeine on this cruise ship, apparently.
You could have bought a Monster Energy drink last night.
Those are gross.